Hello, welcome to my channel Fashion by Debbie Rose. If you have not yet subscribed, just hit the bell button so that anytime I post a video of any dress or any sewing project, you'll be the first to get the notification. I am Bukola and I will be showing you how to make a simple shift dress today with invisible pockets. Let's go to the work table as we cut. So I'll be using two fabrics. This is for the front block, as this. Now you measure ½ inch at the center in order to join the two together. So that's ½ inch. So you begin your measurement from that point. So my shoulder measurement is 14. You mark the the half of 14, which is 7. Then you get the half of your armhole circumference. Mine is 17. So I'll mark 8½. And on this point again, you mark the shoulder, half of your shoulder measurement, which is 7. So you're going to connect with your ruler. You connect with your ruler. Okay. So you get the midpoint of this armhole, which is 4¼ and then you take your French curve to connect the midpoint to this edge of your armhole. So that's the point of my armhole curve. So now I'm going to get my vertical measurement. The shoulder to bust is 10, but because I'll be joining the shoulders with ½ inch, I'm going to mark 10½. Shoulder to under bust is 13 plus half. Shoulder to waist is 17 plus half. My shoulder to hip is 23 plus half. That's it. Then you're going to mark your desired length all the way down. Then remember to add 1½ inches allowance to your length. So once you're done with that, we're going to get the circumference measurement. My bust circumference is 38. So this is a shift dress, remember? So the shift dress is not going to be fitted, it's going to be a bit loose. So when you mark the quarter of 38, that's 9½. 9½. You're just going to add ½ inch ease plus ½ inch seam allowance. That gives us 1 inch in total. Then the under bust, the quarter of my under bust is, let's measure like this. The quarter of my under bust, that's 32 divided by 4 is 8. I'll mark 8 and then I'll add 1 inch ease. My waist circumference is 34 divided by 4 is 8.5. You mark that and you add 1 inch ease. My hip circumference is 39. That's 9¾ 9.75. Then you add 1 inch ease. And so on the full length, I'll be putting my hip circumference and the ease there. That's a total of 11. So I'll just transfer that down. So then you use your ruler to connect your points together. I've cut out the block, the front block. Now for our sleeve, for my neck length, I'll be using 3½ inches. You mark your 3½ inches length. And then for the width of my neck is 7. But I'll minus 1 from 7 to give me 6. Then I'll divide 6 by 2, that is 3. Why did I minus 1? I subtracted 1 because by the time you turn, you sew the neck round with bias strip or facing, it will open up on both sides. by half inch. That's 1 inch coming back to the original measurement. So you also curve the neck and you cut that out. And then remember to put your shoulder slant, which is 1 inch. You mark 1 inch on your shoulder, and then you connect from the neck width to the shoulder here, and you cut. Now, before you're going to use this to cut the back block, but before we do that, let me tell you that on this point, anytime you measure your front block, always mark 3/4 inch on the midpoint here, this midpoint, because your armhole at the front is supposed to curve in. It's supposed to curve in so that there will be no bulge here by the time you're wearing your dress. So you put your French curve, you connect this way, and then you also connect on the other end like this. So I'm not going to cut this out yet because I want to use this block to cut the back block. So this is for the back block, but when you're done cutting the back, you must shape in the armhole of the front block. So you can see the difference in the armhole. This is the back block, and then the front block, we shaped it in. So let me show you how to cut the sleeves now. For the sleeve, we want to make a blown sleeve, like the ball sleeve with elastic band here. So how do you get that? It's like your basic sleeve. You measure your sleeve length, and then you add about 4 inches to it, 4 inches extra to it, and then you mark your sleeve circumference. If yours is 14 divided by 2 is 7, and then you add about 5 inches ease to it. And then to get your cap height for the armhole slope, just divide your bust by 12 and add ½ inch allowance. So my cap height is 3 inches. I marked 3 inches, and then you're going to write an S. You're going to make an S here so that it will correspond with your armhole curve of the bodice. And so you cut this shape out. So I'll show you how to sew the dress now. I've joined with ½ inch. I've joined both the front and the back block. So you want to join the shoulder now. So you place the right side together, and then we'll be sewing ½ inch on the shoulder point. You sew ½ inch, and then at the side, remember we left just ½ inch allowance. You also sew ½ inch down on both sides. We want to put the invisible pockets. So how do you achieve that? You just measure your shoulder to waist line, which is 17 for me. So I'm going to just loosen out that point from 17 on both sides. Now let me show you how to make the pocket. You take your fabric and you fold into 2. And so you put your hand in between the fabric, you put your hand, and so you just draw the shape of your hand. You draw the shape of your hand like this, and you cut it out. So after cutting out, this is what I have. I've cut 4 pieces of that. So the opening of your pocket should be 7 inches, and then the width of your pocket should be 10 inches. Then take this and now look at the direction of the pockets. This should be the way it will face. So you pin the right side to the right side, that's the outcome of your pocket. See, I first sewed 1/2 inch to each block side, then you sew it round like this. So now we want to turn the neckline. You just iron your bias strip and then you place it on the right side. So you're going to sew in 1/2 inch round the neckline on the right side. Once you're done with the neckline, you can sew in the bias. You just turn this in like this. You double fold and then you'll be hemming round the neck. You hem it round. So let me show you how to do the sleeves now. You fold the edge of the sleeve. Let's turn it this way. You fold it by 1 inch. You fold by 1 inch, and then you're going to take in a 1/4 like this, and we'll top stitch it down on both sleeves. Now you take your 1/2 inch elastic band, you insert your safety pin into it, and so you put it into the hole that we just sewn. That's the sleeve circumference. You keep pushing it in till the end. You get to the end. Once you're done, you just pull like this. You measure your sleeve circumference, the actual one, and then you add just 1 inch ease, so it's not too tight on you, like this. So you can then sew your 1/2 inch allowance all the way up. Once you've sewn the sleeves, you're going to turn it out. You turn this out and then you take it into the dress. So it's going to be facing the right side. We're going to pin this down, and so you'll be sewing 1/2 inch round the shoulder. So if you have any excess here, any ease, just gather it into the shoulder point. So I'll sew 1/2 inch round and show you the outcome of my dress. Okay, that's the outcome of the sleeves. See how beautiful it is. See how beautiful. So now I want to do the hemming. So I'll just show you. You thread your needle, and then you fold it in. You fold in the neck like this. You double fold, and then you pick a strand, a grain of fabric to the neckline, and you pull it out. Just follow the sequence. You double fold the next one. You can pin it down. You can just pin it round, and so you take the needle into the bias strip. You can see it's not showing outside. So you pick a grain of fabric again, and then you push it into the bias strip. Then you cross it over with the thread. You cross the needle with your thread. Then you fold again. You double fold like this, and then you take in your needle into the bias strip. Make sure it's not showing. Make sure it's not showing outside. So you pull out your thread,
this is the outcome of the sheet dress with your invisible pocket and the balloon sleeve. See how beautiful it sits. Thanks for watching.